Hello everyone, it's Nen from Insightful Vibrations. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Thank you for subscribing, and I encourage you to do so if you have not already. And I appreciate all the likes because they help me understand which videos are useful to you, and that will help me improve the delivery of my forecasts. And as usual, we will start with the astrology for the week of July 3rd to 9th, 2017, and then I will append a video for each zodiac sign, and we'll use the Lenormand Gilded Reverie deck to deliver that forecast for each zodiac sign. Now remember that these are general forecasts, and therefore not all comments will apply to all people, except that the astrology will apply to most people. And when you're watching those videos, you should watch your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign or ascendant, because those will collectively give you a more comprehensive picture. So what's going on in the skies today? Well, it's a fascinating week, I'll tell you, because we start off very gently with the moon in Libra, and then it transitions into Scorpio, and then into Sagittarius, and then into Capricorn, culminating in a full moon on July 9th. So the week does intensify somewhat midweek, and then again on Sunday, the day of the full moon. Now the full moon will happen in the wee hours of Sunday, so just shortly after midnight here in the Stony Creek, Ontario, Canada region, and of course you'll have to check the sources you have to determine when it will happen in your area if you are not in this region. And we also have some nice aspects here with planets forming congenial relations, and the first one is July 4th. On that date we have Mercury squaring Uranus. Now we know that squares are intense sort of alignments, but at the same time they can be reward producing or breakthrough producing kind of effects. So with this one, Mercury is all about communication. It's all about thought process. It's all about technology, transportation, those kinds of things. And Uranus is that really wild card planet that gives us these wild ideas that nobody's ever thought of, these very forward-thinking ideas, the eccentricities, the sort of electrical charge we need to keep stimulated in life and make things happen and change. And this very transformative planet being in a square aspect to Mercury means that all kinds of things could shake up in the communication, transportation, technology realms. I believe that those of you who are writing, who are communicating, who are journalists, who are lawyers, who are paralegals, who are basically authors of novels or any kind of communication efforts, even blogs, I feel that you will absolutely shine this week with this, and you may even think of an innovative way to present your material, present your ideas, and present some very novel ideas this week. So this is a really, really nice aspect. And this includes all of you videographers out there who have YouTube channels and other channels out there. Then on July 5th, we have the Sun trining Neptune. The Sun is all about the individual. It's our life force. It's our willpower. It's what makes us shine. And Neptune, currently retrograde up until the third week of November 2017, is the planet of illusion. It's the planet of dreams, of hopes, of wishes, and also the planet that can, make us a little bit laid back. So with the Sun in a beautiful, relaxed trine with Neptune, we may feel that we have a tendency to shirk our responsibilities sometimes. So keep your schedule in balance. Make sure you get your work done, but also make sure you get the appropriate R&R. And if you feel that your to-do list is getting longer than you care, or that it's just not being checked off enough this week, maybe you should just give that some conscious effort to change that, because it will be pulling at you to relax a little bit more this week. Now this is a fantastic trine for those of you who are on vacation, so enjoy that. Then on July 5th we have the Sun squaring Jupiter, and again where the squares are usually intense sort of events, I think that the Sun square Jupiter is generally positive, because, as long as you know to keep in check, any arrogance, any outlandishness about, any outlandish ideas about yourself, as long as you don't become over grandiose this week, I think this is just a wonderful planet, because you have, the planet of benevolence, Jupiter, squaring the sun. And, when they tug at each other, they're both benevolent, celestial bodies. When they tug at each other like that, to me, it just means more of good things. It's just that, you have to find that balance and not go overboard. I also feel that with July 7th, Mercury sextiling Venus, this is a really, really nice, chance for all of you to make money off your communication, transportation, and technology sort of issues. And, this will be really great for those of you who are trying to think of new ways to generate income or revenue. And also it may, bring communications about money that are positive, also communications about love. So this is very, very positive. On July 9th, then, we culminate into the full moon at 17 degrees Capricorn. And basically what we have here is Capricorn being a very mature sign, a sign of structure, a sign of, steady building up of your life in general. It's very much a career-oriented sign. It's very much, the sign that helps give civilization its structure. So it's a very important full moon, because what this means is that the full moon will be expecting you to culminate whatever you're working on, and give it some structure, give it some form. You've been working on this pottery, and if it's still looking like wet clay, it's not happening. It's not going to be what you desire. But if you start actually, forming it and baking it and giving it whatever TLC you can, I feel that you can really build a long-lasting structure, because that's what Capricorns do. They build long-lasting structures. And that's what this full moon can represent. Now, we also have some real action in the stars. Well, the stars are fixed, so they don't really act per se. But what happens is that they have their own energies based on the alignments with other planets. Usually when they form conjunctions, we see some kind of activity that is related to the mythology of the star or star set. And what we have this week is quite a bit of action here. And unfortunately, with the full moon, we also have a culmination of energies that day that are very, very intense. These could even be violent energies of some kind. They could be energies that make people feel very egotistical, sort of taking on the attitude of my way or the highway. And this could play itself out on the world stage as well. I do feel that, we have some very positive stars coming up where breakthrough effects can be made, especially in the arts and writing. These are all supported by the fixed stars this week. But we have this star set Algol, and it is really a nasty star, or at least it's associated with nasty events, often dangerous, what we would call evil or violent events. And this could be anything to do with any extremism. It could be to do with, people being disillusioned or even downright criminals. So do take extra care in the 5 days leading up to the full moon, and also on the night of the full moon and the full day of the full moon. Do take care that you don't come across any unscrupulous individuals. Of course, if this plays itself out on the world stage, there's not much most of the common people can do about it, but you can be principled enough and communicate your views to those in power, and hopefully things will go smoother. And I also feel there's a real breakthrough effect with the stars this week. So if you're looking for a break, this may be your week. It may be a week where you can really change the pattern of things. So if you've been in the doldrums, if you've dealt with issues of forgiveness, this is the time to release all that, and that way you'll move forward. So I do hope that all of you have a wonderful week, and here are your zodiac forecasts for each sign. Take care. Hello Virgo, Sun sign, Moon sign, Rising sign folks. This is your forecast for the week of July 3rd to 9th, 2017. We drew the Clover, card number 2, over to the far left, and that is the card that signifies your week. We also drew card number 16, the Stars, number 1, the Rider, number 9, the Tulips or Invitation, number 10, the Scythe, number 17, the Storks, number 12, the Birds. So how is your week shaping up? Well, the Clover is certainly a very, very positive sign for most of you. For most of you, it means good health and wealth. And I feel that with the Star card there, it means that you're going to be able to reach for the stars in both of those areas, especially when it comes to monetary considerations. I also feel for some of you, you may be spending a lot of money that you're earning with the Scythe there, cutting away some of that money. I feel that it's to do with your home or a vacation or some relocation at a distance, some kind of travel, or maybe even visitors coming in to see you. But I feel that, you know, this is going to absorb a lot of your money. So don't panic, but just try to budget very carefully. I also feel with the Star and the Clover, you may find that any income you make through broadcasting publicly any of your work, writing, blogging, websites, video postings, you know, social media, anything like that is really standing to be very promising this week, Virgo. And I also feel that some of you may decide to terminate some kind of engagement in that respect, but you want to start something new or find a new home for your work. So if you've been writing the long way and the hard way, you may decide to start posting online. Or to be doing different types of videos than you've been doing. So there is some new element, something that's going to surprise potentially even you, because you're going to be very creative this week and be thinking of a lot of different things. With the Rider there, I feel it's ushering in new love, and I feel that's very promising. And the Rider is also a card of the Nine of Hearts, which is a card of wishes. It's a card about dream fulfillment. It's a card that, you know, says whatever you want, get it. And with the Star card right next to it, my goodness, it's just absolutely brilliant. And I feel that you may find that love comes to you from a distance, or you may find love if you're traveling at a distance somewhere, or your destination is at a distance, I should say. And I feel that some of you may be invited to attend a very solemn sort of ceremony. This could be a wedding, could be another type of spiritual or religious ceremony, or it could just be a wonderful gathering. And I feel there's a real element of it being outdoors as well. I do feel that with the Birds, there may be some gossip around, and it may be people around your house, maybe neighbors, or maybe close friends, but I do feel there is somebody gossiping. And it may even be that you hear gossip about a pair of lovers of some kind, so maybe you will hear of people forming in union or something like that, because we have the Tulips and the Rider and the Birds there. And so maybe that you hear of these things as well as experience them yourself. And for some of you with the Storks, you may be welcoming in a new member of the family. That's what the Rider brings. But it also may be taking members of the family away. What do I mean by that? Well, they may be traveling, leaving you, at home to hold the fort. They may be, going off to take a summer class or go to camp or things like that. But I do feel there is some shifting of just whom is staying, just who is staying in your home and who is leaving. And I do feel that the signs of Libra and Cancer figure prominently in your week this week. And for some of you, that may mean you have issues of, balance in your home. And, but it could signify that Cancer and Libra people are just going to be prominent in some way. So I do feel there's a lot going on this week, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care.